guys, Papen here, and this is a tutorial about Predator rack extension and the feature you have to use Predator as an FX, or use the filter from Predator and even use it as a vocoder. Well, if you look in the folders of Predator, you can see there's a folder called 13FX1. Inside there we have plenty of good starting presets. And of course, we have then presets also only using the 3FX of Predator. So if I double click this patch, I'm having now the Flanger on drums on the Dr. Octo racks. Well, this is without the Flanger. And the cool thing is about the Flanger of Predator is that it is MIDI tempo based. So you can really use it as a kind of rhythm tool. Of course, you can use 3FX in a row. So we added here a few setups for you. This one uses a room. And the cool thing is that you can see in the modulation matrix, we connected the modulation wheel to the parameters of FX1 and FX2. So you also can change dynamically by using the modulation wheel of your keyboard to change the sound. Now let me play you a few others. Or strange delays. FX Sand are the ones which you can use in a FX Sand setup, and the FX are the ones you can use as a kind of insert. Of course, you need to make the connection inside Reason. You can see that for this preset, we connected the Dr. Octo racks into the input, and we did send it into the FX directly. Okay, this is another connection, and for this, the presets with the name filter are very handy to have. What happens here is that the signal, let's go to the back panel. The signal goes to the input, but now to the filter. Of course, from the filter, it always goes also to the FX. But now in this case, it is using a 12 dB bandpass filter and no FX at all. The drums is playing, but of course, I need to trigger Predator. So I need to play a note to make the engine start from Predator so that you hear the sound. So I press now the keyboard and you will hear the sound going into this bandpass filter. I'm using now the modulation wheel, which is addressed. Here you see the modulation wheel addressed to the cutoff frequency. So when I open the modulation wheel on my keyboard, the filter changes. Also here we have different type of filters. So this is notch plus an LFO and FX added to it. There's a gator used in FX1. Okay, let's click this one. This uses even the arpeggiator which is playing and used as a modulation source. Therefore, the arpeggiator says here modulation source. So all kind of different setups you can use by sending the audio signal into the filter, and from there it goes again to the FX. Let's see if I have another nice one. Okay, this one uses a high pass filter. And as said, you still can use the FX. So I can still say, okay, let's do this Flanger again. Or put a room on it afterwards. Let's see. You can take the reverb and put a small room on it. High pass filter. So tons of options to use Predator in a very creative way. Well, there is also a Vocoder FX on board, which you should use in FX1. And we have all kind of presets on board. Of course, Midi Control is essential to have. So Predator needs to have its Midi connection. When I go to the back panel, you can see it goes to the input and to the vocoder. And now I play the keyboard, the drums are playing here, and you have a vocoder using drums. I can change the bands. All kind of presets we have here. You can, after the vocoder, you still can have ensemble, phaser, whatever. Of course, you can use it on your voice. Now I use it on the drums. All kind of features are on board. So I would say try it out. Go to the back panel of Predator, connect it to Predator, the device you want to use. Maybe you want to use an audio track with vocals. Maybe you want to use something else. Put it to connect it to the input. Then you select what you want to do. Do you want to use the vocoder and its presets, or do you only want to use the FX, or do you want to go into the filter of Predator? And of course, Predator still needs to have its own output and MIDI connection. Have fun.